Hey, good morning, everyone out there. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. So, today I've got another golf tip for you, and I call it a tip because it really is more of a tip than it is any kind of a lesson. But it relates to the backswing and something I've been working on that I'm finding is making my backswing feel much more effortless and fluid, and I feel like I'm getting into a much better a much better position at the top because of this. So, what's the tip? So, obviously, in previous videos, I talked about getting ready to set up to the ball and being in this kind of position, and then letting your arms drop, then letting your wrists drop, and then simply bending over. Spread your legs to the correct distance based on the club you have, little knee flex, and that's going to basically help you get into um, the right distance from the ball, not being too close, not being too far. I've found by doing that, that has gotten me actually closer to the ball, which I think is what I need to do. I think I have a tendency to get a little bit too far from the ball, a little bit too bent over. So by doing this, straighten the arms out, straighten the wrists out. The club is touching the ground, and I am closer to the ball that way. But there's one other thing that I wanted to mention in this whole process. So once you drop your arms, and then drop your wrists, and then bend over and get ready, I want you to pay attention to your trail elbow. And what you want to do is externally rotate it slightly. Now, what do I mean by externally rotate it? So if you got, this is your trail elbow, right? So you're going into your golf swing like this. At address, you want to rotate your elbow out this way a little bit. Not crazy amount, but it and it makes sense biomechanically. If your elbow's more closed off, meaning rotated that way, you can't bend your arm, right? It's so what's going to happen is on your backswing, you're going to start manipulating. You're going to start turning it over in order to get it to bend. Obviously in the backswing, you're getting your elbow into that position. But if your elbow is shut off, meaning rotated forward internally, you're going to have to completely turn your arm in the backswing, which could, that could make the club head whip open, things like that. But if you're at address like this, and you make sure that your trail elbow gets externally rotated this way, just enough to where you can see your forearm, the inside part of your forearm, what you'll find, and I want you to try this, but what you'll find is in your backswing, your elbow folds much more naturally, and the backswing feels much more natural. It feels like you can get your club into that slot at the top much more naturally. So it's much more fluid. So give that a try. At address, just simply externally rotate your elbow slightly. And I think you'll find that by doing that on the takeaway, your trail elbow will fold naturally, will put your club in a good slot at the top, and it will feel less restricted. That's what I've found with this, which is what I love about it, is that when I just give that when I just give that elbow a little bit of a turn like that at address, and then I swing back, I feel so much less restriction in my backswing. So give it a try. Make sure that when you do externally rotate your elbow a little bit, that you're not twisting the club face at all. We don't want to do that. But just get down into that position, externally rotate that elbow a little bit, and I think you'll find that you can swing into that back position and get that elbow in a nice slot where you feel like you're holding a tray much more naturally and freely. Hope that helps you. Thanks for joining Guitars, Whiskey, and Golf. I hope you think about giving me a like and subscribing to the channel. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. Bye.